Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. Gaur Pranandi.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. श्री श्री निताई गौर राज की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रेमानंद।
I think they might over there, don't they?
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna.
Maybe you have water in there? You want me to fill it? I got water.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Sunday Love Feast. So today is a special Sunday Love Feast. So the actual date this past Thursday was Sri Nrsimhadeva, or the appearance day of Lord Narasimha. But we observed that festival on Thursday, but we're also, for the benefit of the community, as we all come in together this Sunday evening, we're also going to celebrate it today as well. So I figured it's only fitting, since we just recently had on this past Thursday and today we're celebrating the appearance of Lord Narasimha. We'll talk a little bit about him, and then also how it applies specifically to us and the Lord's Advent. But of course, before we go ahead and go into today's topic, we'll invoke the mercy of our previous teachers, our previous acharyas. Om Jnana-Mirandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Tapatakam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpa Dhruvyasya Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Gauravani Vacharine Nirvishesha Shunyari about Lord Narasimha. Arguably, at least growing up when I was little, this was my favorite pastime of all. Even more than the Mahabharata, even more than the Ramayana, little me was obsessed with this pastime of Lord Narasimha. And as we go in through the class, and also as you see the drama later, you will see why a 5-year-old version of me was obsessed with this pastime growing up. But before we go ahead and read today's verse and purport, we'll do a quick summary of the pastime. How many of you are familiar with the entirety of Lord Narasimha's advent and his pastimes? Or at least familiar enough? Okay, about half the room. Good. So, what we're about to do is we're going to take a little break. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a little bit of story time. And I'm going to try to condense multiple Puranas, technically 2 parts of the Bhagavatam. We're just going to try to condense the pastime into about 5-10 minutes for those who aren't fully familiar with the pastime of Lord Narasimha. So, first and foremost, we have to start not with the Lord himself, but actually with his servants, and who will ultimately be the antagonists of the pastime of Lord Narasimha. So, one time, there were the 2 guards to the spiritual world, who are Jaya and Vijaya. So these are the gatekeepers to Lord Narayan's abode, to Vaikuntha. So in order to get into the spiritual world, you have to go through the gate. And of course, there are 2 gatekeepers there who are standing guard. So Jaya and Vijaya are standing guard at the gate, and then the 4 Kumaras, these 2, they've become realized souls, and because of different blessings, they appeared in very small forms as boys. And they approached the gates of Vaikuntha, and they wanted to go in. And Jaya and Vijaya said, what are these kids doing? No, you're not allowed in. Like, it's our job, it's our duty to protect the spiritual world. Only those who are fully realized, self-realized souls are allowed to go into the spiritual world. You can't just waltz right in. So they stopped the 4 Kumaras. And the 4 Kumaras, despite appearing small and childish, they are actually at the level where they have done the piety in order to enter into the spiritual world. So immediately, they should display their full authority. And they're not, in fact, little 4-year-old boys, but they then, in a powerful voice, condemn Jaya and Vijaya, and they curse them. And as the 2 gatekeepers are listening to this, I don't know, what have we done? We have just denied devotees entry into the spiritual world. And as they're beginning to freak out, Lord Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears at the gates. And he begins to pacify Jaya and Vijaya as they're receiving this curse. And they were given, luckily, the 4 Kumaras gave Jaya and Vijaya options for their curse. You have 2 options. You are going to be cursed. That is not an option. But we're merciful and we will give you 2 options. The first one is you will go down to the material world, and in 7 births, you will take birth as a Vaishnava, as a devotee of the Lord. And you will be a devotee of the Lord, but in the material world for 7 births. And then you can come back to your post here in the spiritual world, serving the Lord as gatekeepers. Or, the alternative, you can take 3 births in the material world, but you will not be devotees. You will be demons. So then you have to weigh the cost. Okay, 1, I have 7 births. I'm a devotee, so okay, that's pretty good. But that means I'm 4 births away from my eternal service. I'm not going to be able to serve the Lord in my eternal way. So they thought to themselves, okay, we're going to take the second offer. Deal. We'll do 3 births, and we'll take births as demons. But this is also part of pastime as well, because the Lord is like us. The Supreme Lord has interests just like we have interests. The Supreme Lord likes to enjoy himself. So if, let's say, the Lord wants to fight, it's kind of like if you have a championship boxer, like a heavyweight champion. Do you want all your fights to be fixed? Like your manager just give you, here's like someone who's brand new, they don't have any experience, this should be an easy win, this should be a knockout, this should be a KO. No. If a true championship fighter wants challenge, they want to feel like get into the heat of battle, they want to have that exhilaration. That's how they enjoy the sport. Same way for any sport, any activity. You want to have someone who can actually give you a challenge. That's the thrill. So the same way, when Jaya and Vijaya accepted these roles as demons, like, okay, if we're going to be demons, we are going to be the worst possible demons we can, because then the Lord will have to come and deal with us. us. No one in the material world will be able to deal with us. So in a way, Krishna would still be with them, even though they were exiled into the material world through this curse. And they would take these 3 births. Does anybody know what the first pair of births were? Who were their first 2 personalities they manifested as? Yes, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So that was their first added in Satyayuga. Afterwards, in the Ramayana, who were they? Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Very good. And then later on in Dwapara Yuga, during Krishna Lila, who were they? Shishupal and? Not Kamsa, Dantavakra. Yes. Very good. So these were the 3 births that they would be as demons. First, in Satya Yuga, they would appear as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Then later, Ravana and Kumbhakarna. And then their 3rd demon birth would be Shishupal and Dantavakra. But there is actually a secret 4th birth. So remember how the curse works. You have 3 lives as a demon. Then you can reassume your form as a devotee and go back to your post as gatekeepers. Does anybody know what was their secret 4th birth in the material world? Chris, you have your hand? You have an idea? They were very... Yes, Sat Prabhu. Yes, very good. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Adi Lila 120, Srila Prabhupada actually writes in the purport, when this is describing the branch, the trees and the branches of Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, in the Gaura Ganodesh Dipika 115, it is said that the 2 brothers, Jagai and Madai, were formerly the doorkeepers named Jaya and Vijaya, who later became Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. From this birth, they returned to being devotees. So, when Jagai and Madai appeared, they were horrendous. They were born as Brahmins, but they did not act like it. They acted like absolute menaces to society. But instead, the Lord Mahaprabhu came ready with the Sudarshan Chakra, about to kill them. But Nityananda Prabhu reminded him, no, you are here to deliver the most fallen. You're not here to enact like you have in previous births and destroy the demons. You're destroying the demons in their hearts. So when Lord Nityananda and when Mahaprabhu gave their mercy to Jagai and Madhai, they ceased their demoniac activities and they became pure devotees of the Lord. At that point, then the souls within Jaya and Vijaya were eligible to return back to their posts, back to Vaikuntha. So their secret 4th birth was the cleansing. Now remember Mahaprabhu for later. It will come back, I promise. So let's talk now about the first birth. Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. You have gold and you have comfort. So this is the first birth. These 2 twins were, like I said, devastating for everyone in the universe. Not a single demigod, not even Brahma, could challenge their power. And it was Brahma who gave them benedictions to reach this level of power. Ultimately to the point where the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself had to come down to dispatch them. And they actually gave him a good fight. It wasn't just the Lord showed up, threw his Sudarshan Chakra, pastime over. No, they actually went back and forth. Because for the first advent, Hiranyaksha was the first to appease Lord Brahma. He did his benedictions. And then he received all these powers. Excellent. I now have, and Hiranyaksha translates to a lover of gold. I want all the wealth in the universe. So he began conquering the universe, and then he set his eyes on the earth. The earth is laden with all these precious metals. Perfect. It's a perfect jewel to place on top of my new seat of power. So he goes ahead and he steals the earth and all of its wealth and all of its riches, up to a point where all the demigods are saying, what do we do? What do we do? They go to Brahma. Brahma, what can you do? Please, you gave him this power. You can take it away from him. It's like, I can't. He performed all the correct yoga, tapasya, to receive these benedictions. I can do nothing. The only thing we can do is pray to the Supreme Lord. And as all the devas and Lord Brahma pray to the Supreme Lord, Lord Brahma sneezes, a tiny little boar comes out from his nostril, starts running around. Pretty soon it transforms, reddish fur, glowing effulgence, and it assumes a massive celestial form of this boar, dives down into the causal ocean, which is the lower half of the entire universe, finds the earth, lifts it up, and restores its orbit. And then he defeats Hiranyaksha. So Lord Varaha is one of the Das avatars, one of the 10 scheduled incarnations of Lord Vishnu. And he reestablishes the earth and defeats Hiranyaksha, the one who is able to humble the demon and destroy that legacy. But remember, Hiranyaksha has a twin brother, Hiranyakashipu. He sees this, and he is infuriated. He says, how can you do this to my brother? We had the entire universe in the palm of my hand. I'm going to go above and beyond even what my brother did. And I'm going to perform austerity so severe that no one's ever attempted before, that even Vishnu, even Narayan, even the Supreme Personality of Godhead will tremble at my feet, at the strength of my power. And so he does this severe austerity. And Brahma comes because the heat from his yoga is radiating throughout the entire universe. And then Brahma,
Sorry.
No, perfect. And that's the entrance of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma comes and then he sprinkles celestial water. And keep in mind, Hiranyakashipu has been doing this tapasya for thousands and thousands of years, to the point where he's just a skeleton, where an anthill is growing over him, and you just see the fingertips of bones poking out from the anthill. Lord Brahma sprinkles the celestial water, restores Hiranyakashipu's body, and he says, I'm here to grant your benediction. You have performed enough tapasya. Ask of me what you want. So Hiranyakashipu thinks, okay, Varahadev, Narayan came and he killed my brother. Brahma, make me immortal. If I am immortal, then I cannot be defeated. And then Brahma says, I'm not even immortal. I live for 100 years. Granted, 100 of Brahma's years is trillions of years for a human. But even at the end of my life, the universe ends. I die. I'm mortal. So then, Hiranyakashipu was smart. He wasn't an uneducated demon. He understood Shastra. Very much so, to the point even when he was performing funeral rites for his brother, he was pacifying his relatives with philosophy from the Vedas. Even talking about the soul, the immortality of the soul. He was functionally speaking the Bhagavad Gita to his family. But he said, okay, if you can't directly benedict me with the boon of immortality, do this. I can't be killed by any animal, by any living being, any demigod. I can't be killed by any weapon. I can't be killed by anything living, anything dead. I can't be killed in the sky, on the ground, at daytime, at nighttime. I can't be killed inside. I can't be killed outside. All of these different restrictions. Like, okay, if you can't kill me here, if you can't kill me there, if I can't be killed anywhere, then functionally, legally, in the documentation, I should therefore be immortal. So he kind of like really thought it through. Just like, I'm going to put as much legalese as possible in this benediction so that I can be functionally immortal. And then Brahma says, well, technically everything you've asked for, I can grant. So, tadhastu. I bless you. And then he leaves. And then at this point, Hiranyakashipu begins to go to every single planetary system, every single galaxy, throughout the entirety of the known universe. And he conquers every single planet. This is now part of my galactic empire. Evil emperor laugh. Insert. And he conquers the entire galaxy and every other galaxy. And as he's doing this, the demigods, who are the denizens of all of the entire cosmic order, is like, we don't have any power to stop him. What do we do? So Indra, the king of the heavenly planets, the king of the demigods, says, okay, we can at least stem the bleeding. If we know that Hiranyakashipu's queen is pregnant, if we can't handle Hiranyakashipu, just imagine what would happen when his son is born. If that demon is that bad, imagine then what would happen if there were two of them. It says, let's stem the bleeding now. We're ending this demon's bloodline. So they go and they find Hiranyakashipu's wife. And she's there pregnant. And they're all gathering around her, ready to kill the baby in the womb. But then who appears? Who knows? Narada Muni. So Narada Muni appears on the scene and he says, stop. The baby growing in that womb is not a demon. In fact, the child that lies in that womb is all part of Lord Hari, the Supreme Personality's plan. For in that womb is a pure devotee of the Lord. So Narada Muni appeases the demigods. And then Narada Muni begins to instruct Prahlad's mother about the science of self-realization. He instructs everything, the entirety of the Vedas. And she diligently listens, as one should when someone of that revered status comes. You dutifully listen. But she was not the only person listening. Because in the womb, ear right up against the belly, Prahlada Maharaj is listening to every single word that Narada Muni was instructing and internalizing it. Now you may be wondering, how does a baby do that? But even now, like if you even look now, in Kali Yuga, there's studies like if like a developing child listens to like, let's say for example, let's say classical music or something, it actually helps the growth of the embryo. Consciousness matters. So it's kind of like if you're expecting, you're not going to be paying death metal to your embryo who's developing in the womb. God bless your soul, whatever happens when that child is born. They're going to come out screaming. But if you're playing soothing, like classical music, which you think, mode of goodness, is very beneficial for the developing child. Now just imagine if you have Narada Muni, who literally sings the entirety of the Vedas at every moment. If you have that nectarian wisdom flowing from this pure devotee's mouth, that child, Prahlada Maharaj, internalized everything. So that by the point that he was 5 years old, he was already a pure, self-realized soul. He understood the process of devotion. He understood bhakti. And this, unlike his father's benedictions, he understood his true nature. This made Prahlad immortal. So Hiranyakashipu, unbeknownst to him, when he comes like, I'm back from my work. I've just conquered the universe. Here's my son. I know my kingdom's in good hands. Tell me, my dear boy, what have you learned in school? Have you learned how to, balance your checkbooks yet? Economics, warfare? And then Prahlad begins spewing Vedic knowledge. How to serve the Guru. How to surrender to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Hiranyakashipu was like, oh, no. This means that my sworn enemies have poisoned the school. So he says, go back to school. Pay close attention to your teachers. I'm going to keep eyes on them at all times. They're going to post guards everywhere. You're going to learn from the best demon scholars. And so Prahlada Maharaj is a dutiful son. Okay. I will do as you ask, Father. I'm going to listen to my guru. Unbeknownst to him, his guru is Narada Muni. So then when he comes back, same thing. What did you learn in school, dear boy? Prahlada Maharaj once again goes, one should give up all these material attachments. Go to the forest. Worship on the lotus feet of Sri Hari. Hiranyakashipu at this point says, okay. Vishnu, my sworn enemy, has poisoned the mind of my own son. If my son is going to reject everything that I've given to him, he is no son of mine. He sends his demons to go finish this boy. He is no longer my son. But Prahlada Maharaj understood the nature of the soul. He was not the body. He was the soul within. And the soul is indestructible. It is a spark of the Supreme Personality, part and parcel, full of knowledge, eternity, and bliss. So this whole time, while the demon hordes are trying everything, weapons, snakes, poison, gigantic animals trying to trample him, they try to throw him off a cliff at every instant. Prahlad was thinking of one thing, the Lord within the heart. He understood that Krishna is with me. Lord Hari is always with me. Even to the point when the final attempt, okay, we've tried stabbing him, we've tried poisoning him, we've tried trampling him. Let's throw him off a cliff. No one can survive gravity. However, we can actually understand from the Bhagavad Gita itself. Krishna tells Arjuna in chapter 15, text 13, Gama visya chabutani dharayami aham ojasa pushname chadusahi sarvaha somabhutva rasatmakaha. I enter into each planet, and by my energy, they stay in orbit. Krishna is gravity. So if Prahlad is being pushed, and Prahlad's falling, it's like, I understand you are the master of everything, oh my Lord. Even gravity, the Lord catches him. Nothing could defeat him. Up to the point where then Hiranyakashipu himself, okay, if my demons can't do this, then I will do this by my own hand. So he comes and he threatens Prahlad with death. And as Prahlad is spewing, he is everywhere, dear Father. He is the source of my devotion. He is the reason why I'm still here. He is the source of your strength. This drives Hiranyakashipu mad. Think, have you ever seen the picture of a rabid animal foaming at the mouth? it drives him to the point where I'm ready to kill my son, and to prove his point wrong, I'm going to strike at everything where he says the Lord is. Is he over here in this chair? Throws the chair aside. Is he over here? Breaks this table. Is he in this pillar? As he goes, he whacks the pillar, a crack comes. And then the Lord appears. But does the Lord appear to kill Hiranyakashipu? Yes or no? No. This is a quote from Srila Prabhupada in a lecture in Los Angeles in 1972. Lord Narasimha appeared not to kill the demon Hiranyakashipu. He could be killed otherwise, but he appeared for Prahlada. Prahlada Maharaj, he was being so much tortured, he could not tolerate it. So he wanted to show his devotee that I shall kill your torturer before you. That is the purpose. He asked Arjuna to declare, my dear Arjuna, you declare that my devotee will never be vanquished. So therefore, he comes. That's why the Lord appeared, because of Prahlada's devotion to him. Prahlada understood that the Supreme Lord was everywhere, in every single atom, everywhere, in the hearts of everyone. And so that's why he was completely confident that Lord Nrsimhadeva was in the pillar. And of course, because of that pure devotion, the Lord emerged from the pillar. And then you have a magnificent battle go forth. Because remember, we mentioned that Jaya and Vijaya advented as the most ferocious of all demons. They wanted to give the Lord a fight. They didn't want to be pushovers. Not like the cart demon later on in Krishna Lila. They actually gave Varaha and Lord Nrsimhadeva a good fight. But of course, as this fight is going on back and forth, Hiranyakashipu thinks he has the upper hand. He's like, aha, my boons are working. This is fantastic. Look, the sun is still up. I'm being pushed around, sure, but he's not killing me. This is fantastic. Now I can finally have revenge for the killing of my brother. I can slay Hari. The sun sets. Dusk arrives. It's not fully dark yet. It's not light still. At this point, the Lord then, okay, I've had my fun. It's like a cat with a mouse before it eats it. Now, I'm going to really show you why I am the ultimate legal expert. So he grabs Hiranyakashipu, slams him on his lap, takes his nails, and rips him apart. And he slays the demon. Now, you may be asking, wait. How did Hiranyakashipu die? He covered all these different things. Well, Lord Nrsimhadeva advented as half man, half lion, neither man nor beast. He waited until dusk. So it wasn't daytime, it wasn't nighttime. He didn't go outside or inside the palace. He was right in the gateway, right in the transition zone. Hiranyakashipu was not killed in the sky or on the ground. He was killed on his lap. And he wasn't killed by any weapon. He was killed by the nails of the Lord, which, if you actually know how nails grow, even though nails and hair grow, they are actually not living or dead. So the Lord literally went through the entire legal document. He read the fine print. It's like, okay, Hiranyakashipu, you're going to need to get better lawyers because I literally ripped apart your argument. Literally and figuratively. And then to the point where he is so enraged, he is in the form known as Ugra Narasimha, the most ferocious form in the entire universe. All the demigods, after seeing Hiranyakashipu finally slain, universal order has been reestablished. They come and they start praising him. All the different demigods and devas start showering him with flowers. All the deities come, and then first Lord Brahma comes. It's like, glories unto you. The Lord snaps at him. He's still in such a fury. He's not even calm yet. And he scares Lord Brahma away. He's like, Lakshmi Devi, that's your husband. Go calm down your husband. And she's like, I've never seen him this mad before. I'm not going to go close to him. No. Lord Shiva, you're fearless. You're the best of all devotees. Even Lord Shiva is like, no way. No. So then Lord Brahma turns to little Prahlada, who, keep in mind, this is a 5-year-old boy. All of these demigods, the controllers of all the material things in this universe, are terrified. They go to the small 5-year-old boy and they say, Prahlada, the Lord came here not for any of us, not for the safety of the universe. He came here for you. You're the only one that can appease him. So Prahlada goes and he circles the Lord and his dead father. And he bows down to the Lord. And he's stuttering. He struggles to find the words because he's just so welling up with emotion. Here is my Lord. He is my entire world. My universe is sitting right here. Lord Narasimhadeva takes his paw, places it on Prahlada's head. And then at that point, Prahlada has tears running down his eyes, and he begs, please, forgive my father. He did not know what he was doing. And then the Lord picks up Prahlada, embraces him, places him on his lap, and then Prahlada begins to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we are going to read one of these verses that Prahlada recites to Lord Narasimha. So do we have the mic? Vishwan Prabhu, would you like to recite this verse for us and the translation?
Soham priyasya surida paradevataya lila katastava narsingha varincha gita anjastamaya anugrinan guna vipramukto durganite padavyugalaya hangsa sangha.
Translation, please.
O my Lord Nrsimhadeva, by engaging in your transcendental loving service in the association of devotees who are liberated souls, hangsas, I shall become completely uncontaminated by the association of the three modes of material nature and be able to chant the glories of your Lordship, who are so dear to me. I shall chant your glories, following exactly in the footsteps of Lord Brahma and his disciplic succession. In this way, I shall undoubtedly be able to cross the ocean of nescience.
So this verse encapsulates so much when it comes to performing bhakti yoga, when it comes to performing devotional service. Understanding how to engage with devotees. Knowing that through devotional service we can become completely detached from the material modes. And then also hearing instructions, chanting those glories, and more importantly, following disciplic succession. Understanding the importance of Guru. Because it was because of Narada Muni that even Prahlada Maharaj was able to understand this and bring Lord Nrsimhadeva to Advent. So, Navya, would you like to read the first part of the purport?
7.9.18 purport. A devotee's life and duty are very well explained herein. As soon as a devotee can chant the holy name and glories of the Supreme Lord, he certainly comes to the liberated position. Attachment for glorifying the Lord by hearing and chanting the holy name, and activities of the Lord, Shravanam Kirtan Vishnu, certainly brings one to the position where material contamination is absent. One should chant the bona fide songs received from the disciplic succession. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the chanting is powerful when one follows the disciplic succession. Evam parampara praptam rajasayo vidam.
Thank you. So, we can understand that when we receive instructions from the Guru, those instructions come through the disciplic succession, through the parampara. So even for our sampradaya with the Brahma, the Gaudiya sampradaya, we come from the line of Lord Brahma to Narada Muni, all the way down to Srila Prabhupada. But that message comes directly from Krishna, and it is carried out. Just like as a mailman is passing you the mail, they're just delivering the message. So the original writer is the Supreme Lord. So if the Supreme Lord writes down a message, and then the gurus are simply just passing that letter along to the next person, you can understand that the Lord's message is with you, and therefore the Supreme Lord is with you as long as you're listening from a bona fide guru in a proper bona fide disciplic succession. So wherever we have guru, and wherever we're following the instructions of guru with sincerity and devotion, then you can understand that Krishna is with you. And we'll go to the next. Krish, would you like to read the next part of the purport? Now we can pass the mic over to
7.9.18. Manufacturing many ways of chanting will never be effective. However, chanting the song or the narration left by previous acharyas, Mahajano Yena Gata Sa Pantha, is extremely effective, and this process is very easy. Therefore, in this verse, Prahlada Maharaj uses the word anja, easily. Accepting the thoughts of exalted to a disciplic succession is certainly much easier than the method of mental speculation, by which one tries to invent some means to understand the absolute truth. The best process is to accept the instructions of the previous acharyas and follow them. Then, God realization and self-realization become extremely easy. By following this easy method, one is liberated from the contamination of the material modes of nature, and thus one can certainly cross the ocean of nations in which there are many miserable conditions.
Yes. So, when we are learning, you obviously need a teacher. And this isn't only exclusive to spiritual practice. Of course, whenever you do spiritual practice, you need to follow a guru. However, this also even applies if you think about, let's take a mundane example, just to understand the concept of how do we understand our surroundings through a teacher. We'll go back to Chemistry 101. Does anybody know what is the most abundant element? Not like earth, water, fire, everything, but like periodic table. What's the most abundant element in the universe? No. Hydrogen, yes. We're carbon-based life forms, Krish, but yeah. Hydrogen. Does anybody know the percentage? Come on. Close. Closer to 7, lower than 79. Lower than 78. Think like quarters.
75.
75. So, if like you just, for example, let's say we're back in Chemistry 101. You're sitting with your lab instructor. Like, okay, the lab instructor tells you, hydrogen is the most abundant element in the known universe. 75% of the known universe is hydrogen. Do you believe your teacher? No. I mean, you could understand like, okay, prove it. Demonstrate why we know this. And so then you can do different experiments. Let's say, even if you take, for example, water, break it into its two components, oxygen and hydrogen, but you can do different experiments to demonstrate the abundance of hydrogen. You can measure it. You can perform some type of scientific experiment to demonstrate it. Such is any type of scientific experiment. Your hypothesis, come up with your controls, your tests, get your results, then have a discussion, come to your conclusion. Did you accept your hypothesis? Did you reject it? The same thing applies to spiritual life. When the guru tells you something, they don't just say, they will say, okay, perform X, Y, Z. Follow these instructions. Follow them sincerely without any ulterior motive. Think about the same way when you do any kind of scientific experiments. There's always bias. There's always human error. You try to minimize those factors, which might skew the data. And if you properly execute the experiment, you can become self-realized. So that's the same way when the guru gives you instruction. He doesn't just state Shastra. Of course, the guru will say, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he won't end there. They will give you examples. They will cite their sources. They will cite different parts of the Vedic texts. And then they will give you something to practice. And then what is the easiest possible way in this day and age to become self-realized? That Mahaprabhu gave us. Chanting what? Chanting the Maha Mantra. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Srila Prabhupada, when he said this is the science of self-realization, he did mean science. There is a process that you have to follow. And if you follow it without bias, without skewed results or different preconceptions in your mind, you then can come to that own conclusion on yourself. He didn't say this is the science of Prabhupada realization. This isn't the science of Bhaktisiddhanta realization. He said these are techniques that our previous acharyas have given to us through Shastra. These are your textbooks. Here's your guidelines, but you have to apply it so that you can come to this understanding. And then when you come to that understanding, you share it with the next person. Everybody can become a guru. But you have to be able to understand the science. All right, and then let's go with Sunil Prabhu. Would you like to read the next part of the program?
By following in the footsteps of the great acharyas, one associates with the hamsas or paramhamsas, those who are freed from material contamination. Indeed, by following the instructions of the acharyas, one is always freed from all material contamination, and thus one's life becomes successful, or one reaches the goal of life. This material world is miserable, regardless of one's standard of life. Of this there is no doubt. Attempts to mitigate the miseries of material existence by material methods will never be successful. One must take to Krishna consciousness to become really happy. Otherwise, happiness is impossible. One might say that becoming advanced in spiritual life always involves tapasya, voluntary acceptance of some inconvenience. However, such inconvenience is not as dangerous as material attempts to mitigate all miseries.
So if we think back to the original verse and the circumstance, Prahlada Maharaj, it's fair to say he went through some intense tapasya, yes? He got fed poison. He got put in a pit of a bunch of venomous serpents. He got almost trampled by a gigantic elephant. He got thrown off a cliff. He had demons throwing all types of cosmic weapons at him. His own father tried to strike him down. I would probably say that was some severe austerity. And yet, through all of it, the Lord came for him. Through that minor inconvenience of his father trying to end his life. Does anyone think of any other personality who went through some severe tapasya to ultimately gain true spiritual happiness? Relatively recently. Decade-wise. Srila Prabhupada. Did we even think about coming to the West? Srila Prabhupada came on the Jaladuta. He didn't come on a cruise liner. He didn't get on a Royal Caribbean or, Carnival is kind of little. But he came on a freight liner. Across the Indian Ocean, across the Atlantic Ocean. Not in comfortable settings. Multiple heart attacks. Seasickness. Going to a place where no other previous Vaishnava had truly attempted to enact the mission of his guru. But the entire time he is going through the severe austerity of crossing multiple oceans on a freight liner. He only has one thought. I am on this ship. I am carrying out the order of my spiritual master. And that order of my spiritual master is to spread the movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Every town and village. That even means the Western world. I am doing this for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. And do we think then, because of Srila Prabhupada's tapasya on the Jaladuta, was Krishna with him? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Krishna was always there with him through every single wave, through every single storm. To when he stepped out onto Boston Harbor, went to his first footsteps into New York, Krishna was with him every single step of the way. And the beautiful part is, Krishna is also with us as well. Krishna is not exclusive to anybody. How do we know this? I.e., prove it. Krishna himself states that he is with us. So in the Bhagavad Gita 10:20, I am the super soul, or Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. So the Lord is in every single living entity, every human being on the planet, every demigod, every single insignificant ant, all the bacteria that are in your stomach right now. The Lord is with every single one of those living entities. When the jiva, once the soul enters the material world, the Lord comes down with that jiva, with the soul, as Paramatma, as the super soul. And through every single lifetime, the Lord is right there, watching and listening and waiting for that moment when the soul turns back and acknowledges that Krishna is there with them. So, Prahlada Maharaj understood this. He understood that the Lord was with him no matter what, under any circumstances, happiness or distress. All of these dualities do not matter. because I know Krishna is with me. And all Krishna, the Supreme Lord, was with all the demigods in that assembly in the aftermath. He was even in the slain bodies of the demons on the ground and Hiranyakashipu. He was there with them all. Now, you may be saying, okay, wait, hold on, stop. Like, okay, I understand, like, we understand, yes, the Lord's with you, but wait. Isn't it that this is a movement of Mahaprabhu? Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we worship Radha and Krishna, right? So, like, why are we worshiping? This is more Narayan, this is more like God at the office, almighty, all-powerful. Why are we, in ISKCON, in the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, why do we give such attention specifically to Lord Nrsimhadeva? Well, first to understand that, we have to go back to someone in our disciplic line who helped reestablish and reaffirm Mahaprabhu's movement as a bona fide spiritual Vedic practice. That personality was Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote an immense amount of work. He was an articulate poet. A lot of the bhajans that we sing, including Gaura Arti, which we are going to be singing later, were composed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And when I say poetry, if you read his poetry, it's elaborate, the word choice. He even wrote in English as well. I think I tried reading once his English. It's at a collegiate level of English that makes my understanding look like a kindergartner. So, extreme intellect, but also a vast depth of knowledge in the Vedic Shastra, understanding why we perform different processes. And in one of his writings, he actually details 5 prayers glorifying the significance of Lord Nrsimhadeva. So this is a Navadvip Bhavataranga, and I just have the English translations up, and then we will read each of these 5 prayers. So let's start with Nrsimhadeva. Would you like to read the first prayer? And these are translated from Bengali.
Within my sinful heart, the 6 enemies headed by lust perpetually reside, as well as duplicity, the desire for fame, plus sheer cunning. At the lotus feet of Lord Narasimha, I hope that he will mercifully purify my heart and give me the desire to serve the Lord Krishna.
And then, Iris, would you like to read the next one?
Weeping, I will beg by the lotus feet of Lord Narasimha for the benediction of worshipping Radha and Krishna in Navadip, perfectly safe and free from all difficulties. When will this Lord Hari, whose terrible form strikes fear into fear itself, ever become pleased and show me his mercy?
Forrest, would you like to read the next one?
Even though Lord Nrsimhadeva is terrifying towards the sinful souls, he offers great auspiciousness unto the devotees of Lord Krishna, headed by Prahlada Maharaj. When will he be pleased to speak words of compassion unto me, a worthless fool, and thereby make me fearless?
Max, would you like to read?
Navadvip Bhavataranga. He will say, "Dear child, sit down freely and live happily here in Sri Gauranga Dham. May you nicely worship the divine couple, and may you develop loving attachment for their holy names. By the mercy of my devotees, all obstacles are cast far away. With a purified heart, just perform the worship of Radha and Krishna, for such worship overflows with sweet nectar."
Krishna, do you want to finish us out with the last prayer? Yeah. Wait for the mic, though.
Saying this, will that the Lord delightfully place his own divine lotus feet upon my head. I will experience sublime love for the divine couple, Radha, Krishna, and undergo the ecstatic transformations called Sadhika. Falling on the ground, I will roll about the door of Sri Nrsimhadeva's temple.
So, if we want to be sincere Gaudiya Vaishnavas and worship Radha Krishna, we have to first have all these material desires and obstacles torn away. And what better personality to rip apart any obstacles than Lord Nrsimhadev. And in fact, if you remember back earlier when we talked about the advent of Jaya and Vijaya, there are 3 births. Who were their secret births? Jaya and Vijaya. Very good. So if we go back to Mahaprabhu's pastimes, we can actually even understand that in Gaura Lila, in Mahaprabhu's pastimes, it is Lord Nrsimhadev who comes to actually protect the Sankirtan movement. Does anybody know what specific pastime in Gaura Lila? Yes, Vishwanamukha Prabhu.
The Chankazi.
Yes.
Chankazi.
Would you like, Mike, you want to pass the Krishna? Run the mic over? Over there, on the bench. To Vishnu.
Chankazi was the local government head, and some of the Brahmins were coming and complaining to him about Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. He was, out chanting in the streets with thousands of people, and they say he's ruining our Hindu religion. You have to stop him. So the Qazi, even though he was a Muslim, he had to protect all the citizens. So he said, "Okay, no more Sankirtan." He stopped it, and they kept chanting. So he sent his men, and they smashed the mridangas. No more chanting here. So Lord Chaitanya, he said, "Well, let's go have a big kirtan at the Qazi's house."
Little civil disobedience.
This is the civil disobedience movement. And he was just a 16-year-old kid, but he was very well respected. He was a great scholar. He defeated great scholars of the day, and they all followed him. And they went to the Chankazi's house, and the Qazi was a little afraid with this big mob outside his door. So Lord Chaitanya went, and they had a discussion, and they talked theology and philosophy. And the Qazi revealed to Lord Chaitanya that he had a dream the previous night. And this fearsome creature with the head of a lion and the body of a man jumped on his chest and scratched his chest. And he opened up his shirt. You could actually see the scratch marks. So Lord Chaitanya made him promise that he would never interfere with the Sankirtan movement again. Yeah, the Qazi and all his descendants.
Yeah, still to this day, actually, they still have no opposition to the Sankirtan movement. Thank you, Prabhu. And if you think about it, so Mahaprabhu goes forth, civil disobedience, long before Mahatma Gandhi, long before Martin Luther King Jr. This is the first true civil disobedience peace movement. Doing the Yuga Dharma. And then, of course, if you think about it, Lord Nrsimhadev manifesting in the Chankazi's dreams and actually physically saying, "Hey, this has to go on. This is the Yuga Dharma. This is the practice for this age." This is Lord Nrsimhadev, if you want to think about it, he is the protector of the Sankirtan movement. He is the ultimate he's the ultimate HR representative. It's like, no. Nothing stops this. This in Kali Yuga is going to happen. So we can understand in our line, in our bhakti movement, Lord Nrsimhadev is always there to protect us. And even more recently, it's like, okay, that's everything going on in Bengal, in India. That's how we understand. But why ISKCON specifically has like a very focused worship of Lord Nrsimhadev? Well, now we got to go back, not as far back as 500 plus years ago to Navadvip, but now we're going to fast forward a little bit, and we're going to Los Angeles. So, this is a little bit of the pastime of how Lord Nrsimhadev is properly introduced, and the worship of him is, and the prayers are introduced to the devotees. Now I'll just read the summary. At the time when the Rath Yatra was not held in Los Angeles, California, devotees used to travel in groups to San Francisco to attend the Rath Yatra there. One morning, Prabhupada went down to the temple, and the usual time, and then he only found a few devotees who remained there, as most had already left for San Francisco. Srila Prabhupada would later travel by plane. That early morning, someone had dropped a bomb. It placed a pipe bomb in the door of the temple on the backside. And the bomb actually went off. And it shook the building. And some of the devotees actually got cut by shrapnel and glass, and they got hurt. So at this point, Srila Prabhupada sat on the Vyasasana, and he told the devotees that he was going to teach them a new mantra. And this point, he begins to recite word for word the Nrsimhadev prayers. And he says one word, they recite back, and they learn the entirety of the Lord Nrsimhadev prayers. And of course, we'll sing this later, but as we all know, it's Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlada Ladadayine. So they began to recite it multiple times until everybody learned the mantra, and then they began to sing it together. Congregationally, began to glorify Lord Nrsimhadev. So Prabhupada mentioned on that occasion that now the movement was growing, and the demons were becoming envious. And he said that this movement, as the movement for Krishna consciousness increased, there would be more attacks. But that the devotees should not have any fear about advancing in their spiritual life. These mantras should be chanted to Nrsimhadev instead. Lord Nrsimhadev will always protect us. This is affirmed. And then he also said, this is not just for Los Angeles. These Nrsimhadev prayers should be recited in every single temple worldwide. And so to this day, every single temple, you will always see Lord Nrsimhadev's prayers recited for protection. And we say these prayers because by reciting these prayers with no ulterior motive, just for the pleasure of Lord Nrsimhadev, you will become fearless. No fear whatsoever. But there's more stories to tie exactly into ISKCON. So, okay, we now know, all right, I get it. I now know why we worship Lord Nrsimhadev so much in ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada gave us these prayers. He told us to recite these prayers in every single temple. Got it. There's more to the story. So now, does anybody know where this specific form is from? Mayapur. So, in Mayapur, they have a very special form of the Lord. Does anybody know what form this is? We mentioned it earlier. This is Ugra Narasimha. This is the most ferocious form of the Lord. This is the form of the Lord where he is literally nails deep into Hiranyakashipu, ripping his chest apart. There's nothing more powerful, more terrifying in this universe than Ugra Narasimha. So, we're now going to jump forward a little bit in the time into the 80s, specifically 1986 in Mayapur. So the devotees wanted to install Lord Nrsimhadev at the temple in Mayapur. So, Jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Nataraja Ki. I'm sorry, 1984. So the devotees in 1984, there was an attack at the Mayapur temple by a bunch of dacoits, bandits, rascals, fill in the word like riffraff, gang, however many different syllables, but a bunch of dacoits attacked the temple. So this group, and I believe, let me go through, I believe it was 35 dacoits in March of 1984. They attacked the temple. So the devotees said, okay, we're calm. We know our Nrsimhadev prayers. We are fearless. We know that Lord Nrsimhadev will protect us. So they said, we must install a deity of the Lord here in Mayapur. But not just any form of Lord Nrsimhadev. They could have been Lakshmi Narasimha. They could have been Prahlada Narasimha. There are so many different forms of the Lord, especially if you go to South India, to Ahobilam. There are many different, all the different forms of Lord Narasimha. No. We want Ugra Narasimha. We want the most ferocious form of the Lord installed here in Mayapur. Because if we invite the Lord, that form of the Lord, to reside here in Mayapur, we will be protected for eternity. So they began looking for a Stapati, someone who could carve the deity. But every time they went to a different deity carver, they said, Prabhu, please, can you carve Lord Nrsimhadev for us? Oh, yes, of course. And they said, Ugra Narasimha. No. No. Next. No. Everybody said no. I'm not qualified, not touching it. They found, even though eventually they found the Stapati who said, okay, I'll do it. But even then, at first, He was like, I don't know, no, I'm not sure. A deity like that has not been carved for thousands of years. It's like, I don't know. Eventually the devotees were insistent. They stated their case. Eventually the Sthapati relented, like, okay, I will carve the deity. And so he began to carve it. And at that point, even as the guru was, the Sthapati's guru was like, don't do it. You do realize, like, you have to do this perfectly if you're going to carve this deity. He said, I understand. I will do this. I understand it could destroy my family, but I am going to carve this deity with pure love and devotion for the ultimate protection. And then Ugra Narasimha was installed in Mayapur. And since then, after that, no more dacoits. No more violence in Mayapur. Because the Lord himself in his most ferocious form was established there for protection. So, since seeing that we are celebrating the advent of Lord Narasimhadeva, I figured it is only fitting that we also finish up today by asking for the Lord's protection. And we're going to be going through a couple prayers. The first one I would like to go through is through the Bhagavatam. So I'll read the first part, and then I'll have all of you recite. So this will be from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 8. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. Namaste Tejase Avir Avir Baba. Vajranaka Vajradamsta. Karma Sayan Randaya Randaya. Tamograsa Grasa Om Swaha. Abhayam Abhayam Atmani. Bhuyista Om Shram. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Nrsimhadeva, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possess nails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in this material world. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance, so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. This is the mentality, and actually Srila Prabhupada elaborates in the purport on this verse. So, unless one is completely freed from all material desires, which are caused by the dense darkness of ignorance, one cannot fully engage in devotional service of the Lord. Therefore, we should always offer our prayers to Lord Nrsimhadeva, who killed Hiranyakashipu, the personification of material desire. Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu means a soft cushion or bed. Materialistic persons always desire to make the body more comfortable, and for this they require huge amounts of gold. Thus, Hiranyakashipu was the perfect representative of materialistic life. He was therefore the cause of great disturbance to the topmost devotee, Prahlada Maharaj, until Lord Nrsimhadeva killed him. Any devotee aspiring to be free of material desires should offer his respectful prayers to Nrsimhadeva, as Prahlada Maharaj did in this verse. Period. So, if we want to actually dutifully follow the process of bhakti yoga, the process of devotional service, first things first, you gotta clean all the cobwebs up in the attic. You gotta rip through all these barriers that are stopping us from properly executing our bhakti yoga. And what better personality, like we mentioned earlier, is to pray to Lord Nrsimhadeva, destroy the Hiranyakashipu that is living in my heart. I've got a gigantic mirror that's covered with dust that I need the Lord to slash away all that dust so that I can then start to scrub the mirror myself. And then I can see the soul that lies within. I'm here in this material world on a gigantic Tempur-Pedic mattress, laying on these big bags of gold, and I am just too lazy to get up and actually worship the Supreme Lord. So, that is why we worship the Supreme Lord. Now, I have one last prayer before we open it up for discussion. Repeat after me. Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalam Tam Sarvatomukam Nrsimham Vishanam Badram Mrityor Mrityum Namamyaham Jai Nrsimha Shri Nrsimha Jai 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 Shri Nrsimha. So, translation, may my head be protected by the moon-colored one, who is the greatest among humans. My obeisances unto the ferocious, all-powerful, the great Vishnu, the fiery one, whose faces are on all sides. The fearful one, Nrsimha, who causes the death of even death personified, or one who can overcome death. So this is from the Nrsimhatapani Upanishad. So whenever you do any devotional practice, if you're about to go on a trip, you recite the Nrsimhadeva prayers. If you're planning on doing a big undertaking, let's say we're going to go outside, clean the gardens, get the temple gardens ready to plant, why not do it? All right, let's just make sure we're going with the right mentality. Nrsimhadeva prayers, we're ready to go, and then we can chant Hare Krishna while we're doing our service. If you really, all right, there is a gigantic burnt crisp stain on the bottom of that pot in the kitchen later today, roll up them sleeves. Ugram Viram Mahavishnu Jwalam Tam Sarvatomukam Nrsimham Vishanam Badram Mrityor Mrityam Namamyaham. Get that grime off. Give full intensity. I want all these material desires ripped out of me. We pray to Lord Nrsimhadeva. Then, with all those obstacles removed, you can chant Hare Krishna peacefully. So, and even when we're little, if you think, okay, I'm 8, I'm younger, can't really do as much. This is actually something that my mom made me do when I was little. Before going to bed, she's like, Nrsimhadeva prayers, and then you go to sleep. It's like right before getting into bed, my mom would make me recite Nrsimhadeva prayers every night. Before I go to sleep, okay, now I can go to sleep. I'm protected, no nightmares to worry about. I'm safe in my bed. Develop that mentality that the Lord is with me. He is my protector. Even if there's some uncomfort in my life, He is still there with me. He is not going to leave my side. And when I truly need Him, and I do not have any ulterior motives, He will manifest and He will be there as I always want Him to be. So with that, for the last 20 minutes, I'll turn it over if anyone has any comments, questions, or any other realizations that they have as we are celebrating the appearance of Lord Narasimha. We have a mic floating around somewhere. Max, so just raise your hand if you would like the mic. And then, yes, Prabhu, please.
Well, I like that you quoted that verse from the fifth canto. Sometimes we think of Lord Nrsimhadeva's protection as protecting us from external enemies, that enemies of our movement or harm to myself. But here, this is the residents of Navadvip praying, please protect me from the internal enemies. Destroy the demon-like desires within my heart for fruitive activities and make me fearless so that I can be, drive away my ignorance so that I can be fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. So Lord Nrsimhadeva can protect us from harm both internally and externally.
Yes, and in fact, even if you think about specifically to Gaura Liva, to Mahaprabhu's pastimes, during, like we mentioned earlier, Nrsimhadeva advents himself during the Chandkazi pastime. Mahaprabhu even says, I am going to kill them, but not like as previous avatars have done, either through the Sudarshan Chakra, through an axe, through nails, no, through a club. Mahaprabhu came to kill demons, but not in the way that other previous incarnations of the Lord did. He came to kill, like you said, Prabhu, the demons within the heart. And what was his weapon? The holy name. The holy name is the way to cut and slash and kill all of these demoniac qualities. Sound vibration. That resonance shakes off. If you've seen, like, been to a concert, or even seen like a big gigantic subwoofer, and it just goes you see the bass, you go, and you can actually see like stuff reverberate. If let's say we didn't clean the temple room for months and dust accumulated on the speakers for a long time, but then Max is like, all right, we've got to get things going, crank up the volume, blast some kirtan, you'll see the subwoofers hit, you'll see like the sound will cause the dust to literally shake off the speakers. That's literally visually what the holy name does to our heart. When you chant it sincerely, that vibration literally shakes off all the dust. And then we can really get cleaning. So we all have our inner demons. Some are bigger than others. But with how sincere we are when we chant, that's how we can conquer these demons, even if they may seem insurmountable. So thank you, Prabhu. Anybody else comment, question, or wanted to see another one of the verses that we had up? Anyone want to be immortal? We are. Are we immortal? Yes, we are. And that's another fallacy of Hiranyakashipu. That's also why Brahma's like, I can't give you that. What he didn't say was, you're technically immortal already, but you're too stupid to realize that you're not the body. But, yes, Mataji, please.
I just have a comment.
Yeah, of course.
So, I am a big, huge devotee of Durga Mata, Devi, Shakti, and during Dasara time, we pray to the ferocious form, Durga, Kali, and all those. So I always used to think that if a human is given permission, even by law, to slay a person, right? A weapon is given. We don't have that energy, not energy, but that ferociousness, that mind capacity to slay off a person, right? We don't have that. And I always used to think that Devi is the form, and it just occurred to me today that male form is Narasimha, who came in that ferocious form. It's just a connection of dots that I was able to make today. And yeah, it is power or divine power is never in the form of male or female. It can be in any form. And it just occurred to me that it came in all forms. It came in all forms, and that is what I connected today, or it connected in my mind today. Thank you.
Sense, so even if we understand everything, and even if we go back to the pastime where Hiranyakashipu is asking where is all this power coming from? It's like, I accumulated all the power that is possible in this universe. Little Prahlada says, the source of all power is Hari. It's infinite because it comes from him. My devotion is infinite because it comes from him. Same thing, even in this verse right here. The first line, Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhadeva, I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Narasimhadeva, the source of all power. So, even as we understand Devi is in the material world, she is the master of all material energies. And then even then, however, she has her energy comes from the spiritual world, coming through Lakshmi Devi. Ultimately, in our understanding from how we understand how the divisions of Krishna divides into the four forms, Radharani then expands further down. We have the masculine and the feminine energies. Those then trickle down. But ultimately, we can understand the source is Krishna. But Krishna is never alone. Radha and Krishna. There's always, like you said, there's the male and the female energies that are always balanced. And that's why, at least when we think about when we worship, when we say Krishna, or specifically Lord Narasimhadeva, you're the source of all power, we also do so with understanding, okay, this is God at the office. This is the ultimate source. If you think about, if you see your CEO of your company, if he's angry, it's like, yes, you're in charge of everything. But ultimately, at home, that's the real CEO. That's where he's truly himself. So the same way, even when we understand all these different avatars, these different incarnations, different manifestations, their expansions, they're all the same. Just like as you take a candle, the original candle being Govinda, Govinda Maripurusham Bhajami, you light then with that one candle. Every single other candle that same energy is still there. If I light this one candle and then I take this candle, it's the exact same energy. It's just passed along. But at least from our understanding from Shastra, we know Govinda being the primeval cause. But he expands and different energies take different forms in different pastimes, in different yugas, and for different circumstances. And Dwai Prabhu, did you have any comment?
No, I think you wanted to say over I'm looking at 550 Brahma Samhita prayers.
Yes.
Brahma Samhita prayers. So, the first thing is that what Prabhu has given today has got good references. So we must go through the references and see. I could think that I am God too. It's like, I think I am God, right? When I am God, my wife is goddess, maybe. I call her goddess sometimes. Devi, right? The husbands call their wives Devi sometimes. But yeah, it's good to have a thought like that, but we have to go back and find the references. So in 550, Brahma Samhita, Lord Ganesh says that, I have gotten this power, but from Govinda, which Krishna Prabhupada just explained right now. And also the Govinda form is, if he is protecting us from all types of destruction, who is the protector of actual destruction of bhakti? Lord Narasimhadeva. So Lord Narasimhadeva in the form of Govinda, which is Krishna, is like this, right? Now Devi, Mahesha, Harithameshu, Teshu, Teshu. Now all the demigods, which is Devi and Devatas both, male and female, their job is to give us trouble, so that we can go and look for the shelter of Nrsimhadeva. Devi and Devata are not here to give us comfort, right? We always have to be aware that I don't want to live in the guilt of comfort. Everything is, oh my Lord gave me this, I'm happy now. I don't want to go to mandir, I don't want to go to lesson, learn, take lessons. No, they are trying to give us some difficulties so we can remember. The 3 types of difficulties are given, right, in our lives. Adi, Devik. Whose Devik means? Devi and Devatas gives us. Right? Trishul is there and the mother, in the hand of the mother. Who is it? Mother? Durga Mata. Yeah, Durga Mata is there. And so the idea is that we take shelter of the actual protector of the destructions which can destroy our bhakti is Nrsimhadeva. So references are important so we know where things are coming, so we can link it to that point and take directions like that is mentioned. So that's what I'm going to share. And one more funny thing, please, it's funny, don't take it seriously, but chanting Nrsimha prayer is very, very important, which before you start everything, before you start the car, don't think, I don't have to put my seat belt on, okay, and then chant Nrsimha prayers. No, put your seat belts on and then chant Nrsimha prayers. Don't think Nrsimha will protect me because I chanted the prayers. I don't have to put the seat belt on.
Yeah, there's a very, actually I believe this is, I'm trying to remember, this is a story that a Christian minister came up with. And it was like in relation to a flood. And there was a person like stranded on the roof of their house, water's all around the house, and a group of like first responders came on a boat up to like near the roof. It's like, get in, like, come on, let's get you out of here. We're here to save you. And he's like, no, God will protect me. Don't worry, I have faith that God will protect me. It's like, okay, let's go get to the next house. Another responder comes like, hey, come on, we're doing our final sweep. Get in before the storm surge comes in even more. Get in, let's get out of here. It's like, no, it's okay. God's going to protect me. Thunder, lightning, torrential rain. Waters are starting to rise, climb onto the roof. All right, some time passes later. You're at the pearly gates. It's like, what happened? Where were you?
I've told that story before.
Yeah, well.
Then God said that I've been helping you, send you all the boats.
Yes. It's like, you idiot. Like, I sent you one boat. They were really nice. They said, hey, come on, we're here to save you. The second boat was like, hey, get in the boat. You didn't look at what I had sent. I provided you the resources for your salvation, but you didn't take advantage of it. You didn't see the bigger picture. It's the same way blind faith serves no one. You have to understand your scenario. You have to read the room. Understand that God is with you in every different facet. It may not be that I'm going to be, we're in Florida, hurricanes are a thing. I'm just going to stand on my roof as the waters are coming in. It's okay. Lord Nrsimhadeva, he's going to burst out of the shingles of my roof, and he's going to carry me back to the spiritual world. I just sang the Nrsimhadeva prayers. I should be fine. Meanwhile, the whole time, like, Max has come on with a powerboat. I've come in with a kayak. Marisha's called 911. You're not responding. Read the room. Understand that the Lord sends different ways to protect you. The same way that even though Srila Prabhupada had those heart attacks, like, okay, I didn't see Krishna come in with clear. No, he weathered the storm. He kept on chanting. I have a mission to complete. The boat docked safely in Boston Harbor. Krishna didn't actually physically manifest. Go to the captain's manifest and the Jaladuta. At no point are you going to say, for whatever reason, on the smokestack of the Jaladuta, a giant lion thing burst forth and protected us from the storm. No. But you say, it was a safe passage. I believe the Atlantic was actually relatively smooth. If you go through, especially if you read Srila Prabhupada's Arrival, you can actually see the captain's comment. The Atlantic was behaved, which is rare because normally the Atlantic is kind of choppy, especially during certain times of year because of the storm system. During the rainy season, that's where you get all those hurricanes forming. It causes the water to be choppy because the Atlantic was behaved. The Lord was there calming the waters because ultimately we understand that the Supreme Lord, He is the master of all the demigods. The demigods are in charge of all the universal orders, like Varuna, behave. Yes, Prabhu. The Jaladuta arrived safely. So the Lord was there in every aspect. Same thing in everything when we go out, like Jai Prabhu said. You buckle up. When you say those Nrsimhadeva prayers, you buckle up. The Lord is in that seatbelt. Figuratively and literally. Because remember, the Lord, even in the Bhagavad Gita, says, I expand into every single atom. He's not just in everyone's heart. He's in every single atom. Every atom, every material element, the Lord is in there. So if you think, you take your pinky's fingernail, and you want to try to calculate how many atoms are in your fingernail. And I want to do a Google Gosai search. It's probably in the trillion to the nth degree number of atoms. Think of then how many, times that number by however many Paramatmas are in those atoms. The Lord is there. The Lord is there. He's in the pillar. He is in the floor. He's in the seat belt. He's in the speed limit sign that says 55 miles per hour. He's in the speed limit sign that says 75. That's probably going to be 80 miles per hour because the Florida House just approved a faster speed limit. He is in every single atom. But you have to understand that. It's not just willy-nilly. Yep, the Lord is everywhere. I am a spirit soul. I am full of knowledge, eternity, and bliss. I don't have to worry. No, you still have to have that humble mentality. I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. I am but a servant. My little spark is meant to serve the bigger source. If you come to that realization and that you understand that you're part and parcel, then the Lord will properly be with you. He's always with you, but truly with you in the fact that then you can actually have a conversation with Him. And of course, the best way to have a conversation with the Lord is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Did we find the stat? 100 quintillion forms of the Supreme Lord are in your pinky's fingernail. Now, that's just your 100 quintillion?
Yeah.
Okay, now imagine that your entire body.
That's 10 to the 27.
Quintillion? Septillion.
No, like 1 times 10 to the 27.
Whatever that number is. Whatever, I lose the, you know how like Roman numerals go up and up and up, like decatrillion or however many. Bottom line is, you're full to the brim with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whether you like it or not. So do we have a couple more minutes left? Any last comment? Yes, Prabhu.
No, my favorite slide was the Lord and ISKCON. That was the name. Lord, and this is so important for all of us. You know, we come to know to pray to Lord Krishna or Lord Narasimhadeva, but the fearless leader that we have is Srila Prabhupada sitting right there. So if we have any fear, just like we have any fear, we go to Srila Prabhupada through his books, and we're so kind of happy and proud that we have one of the disciples, Vishatmukha Prabhu, here with us. And all the disciples, Western body disciples, were only going to follow Prabhupada, whatever he says to follow, and they'll do that. So we should not be becoming over emotional to pray to Krishna, pray to here and there, but take directions directly from Srila Prabhupada, and of course we are here too, so we can also take guidance from him of how to do things and take care of him as well while he's here with us. So this is a very, very key point that you put in there, Prabhu. That
Yes.
The connection to Nrsimhadev is Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah,
So,
and if you
online.
want it even more, if you want to just like put a firm period at the end of why Nrsimhadeva is so, what was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's nickname? The Lion Guru.
Simha Guru.
Simha. So Simha Guru, Lion Guru. We, whether you like it or not, we are Nrsimha Bhaktas. And Srila Prabhupada made sure that every devotee who comes to an ISKCON temple understands the importance of worshiping Lord Nrsimhadev for our protection, but also for our own benefit, to remove the demons within our heart, to remove the anarthas. Because if we are not even willing to weed the garden, what hope do we have of actually planting a Bhakti Lata Vish, a creeper, that can then grow and take us back to the spiritual world? It'll be an endless cycle over and over again. So that's why Lord Nrsimhadev, he's the ultimate HR representative. He's the best tiller of that garden. He will make sure that your seed is protected, watered, and it can grow. So any last comments before we go ahead and start to move and clear up for Gaura Arti? Good. What? Yes. Any others? Jai. So then we will end one last time with a prayer before we pack up. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. Namaste Jastejase Avirabhirvava. Vajranaka Vajradamstra. Karmasayan Randaya Randaya. Tamograsa Grasa Om Swaha. Abhayam Abhayam Atmani. Bhuyishta Om Kshram. Those of you who missed the translation earlier, I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Nrsimhadev, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possess nails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in this material world. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance, so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. Shri Nrsimhadeva Bhagavan ki! Actors, please go to the hallway.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Asatyarishatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Nivishesha Shunyavadi Vasacharisha Iva Jaya Jaya Goda Chande Arati Kashava Iva Jaya Jaya Goda Chande Arati Kashava Iva Jaya Jaya Goda Chande Janavi Tatavani Jagamanaloba Janavi Tatavani Janavi Tatavani Jagamanaloba Janavi Angeyaroti Shobha Jagajana Manalova Gora Gorangeyaroti Shobha Jagajana Manalova Gorangeyaroti Jagajana Manalova Jagajana Manalova Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari Jaya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nita Gaura, Hari Bol, Nita Gaura, Hari Bol, Ivadakni ni Raja Vame Gadadhara Kivadakni Raja Vame Kivadakni Nitachan Vame Gadadhara Kivadakni Nikati Advaita Shini Vasa Chakrara Nikati Advaita Nikati Advaita Shini Vasa Chacharara Nika বসে আছি গোরাচার নরসিংহাসনে কিবা বসে আছি গোরাচার কিবা বসে আছি গোরাচার রত্নসিংহাসনে কিবা আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আরে দেবগানে আরতি আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আরে দেবগানে নারারি হরি করে চামারা দুলায়া শিবানা শিবানারা হরি হরি করে Kamara Dulaya Divanara Sanjaya Mukunda Vashu Gosharigaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vashu Gosharigaya Sanjaya Shankar Baje Santa baje baje karatala kiba Shankar baje Santa baje baje karatala kiba Shankar Ganta baje baje korotala Shiva Shankar baje ganta baje baje korotala Madhura me ranga baje Paramarasala Madhura Madhura me ranga baje Paramarasala Madhura Shankar baje, ghanta baje, Madhura 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 Bhaje Shankar Shankar Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhura 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 Bhaje Shankar Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhura 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 Bhaje Madhura 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 Bhaje Madhura Madhura Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Shiva Baho Kote Chandra Jine Adana Ujala Shiva Baho Kote Chandra Jine Shiva Baho Kote Chandra Jine Varana Ujala Ki Baba Gala de Sevana Mala Kore Jala Mala Gala Gala de Sevana Mala Kore Jala Mala Gala de Sevana Mala Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Garagara Kiva Shuka Narada Preme Shiva Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gara Gara Kiva Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gara Bhakati Vinorareke Gaurara Sampara Thakur Bhakati Vinorareke Gaurara Sampara Bhakati Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Nita Natara, Nita Gora Natara, Nita Gora Natara, Nita Gora Natara, Jaya Gora Nita, Jaya Gora Nita, Jaya Gora Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Goranita Jaya Nrsimhadeva 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 Jaya Nrsimhadeva Jaya Nrsimhadeva Nrsimhadeva Jaya Prahlada Maharaj Jaya Prahlada Maharaj Jaya Prahlada Maharaj Jaya Prahlada Jaya Prahlada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Jai Om Vishnu Paramahansa Paribrajkacharya Astotara Sata Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness Ki. Jai Om Paramahansa Paribrajkacharya Astotara Sata Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Anantakoti Vaishnava Ki. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Shiga Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki. Shri Krishna Gopinath Shyamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhana Ki. Vrindavan Dham Ki. Navadvita Ki. Jamuna Mai Ki. Ganga Mai Ki. Bhakti Devi Ki. Tulsi Devi Ki. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Na start? Should I start? Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Daine. Prahlada Daine. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha. Hiranyakashipu
Hiranyakashipurvakshah Hiranyakashipurvakshah Shilatanka nakhalamnaye Shilatanka nakhalamnaye Shilatanka nakhalaye Tanka nakhalaye Ito Nrsimha parato Nrsimha Nrsimha parato Nrsimha Ito Nrsimha parato Nrsimha Nrsimha parato Nrsimha Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha Yato yami tato Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha Yato yami tato Nrsimha Bahir Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Nrsimha Bahir Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye Narasimha Madim Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye Tava Kare Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Savakare Kamalavare Uttasingam Lita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Tava Kare Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Kamalavare Nakham Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev. Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, बोल प्रेमानंदे.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so next we'll start with the Japa with absorption. Abhi Prabhu, could you please tell the meaning of the Mahamantra? Yes, so when we are chanting the holy name of the Lord, then we should be in the prayerful mood that we should ask for the service, devotional service. And we listened in the class today that when we chant the Mahamantra, it cleanses our heart. Basically, all these 6 different kinds of material desires, what we have, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mad, Moh, Matsar, I think. So greed, anger, lust, and any unnecessary desire which we develop in this material world. So I'll go first with the rules and regulations. So I hope everyone will receive this Japa bead, which has like 7 beads. It's kind of quarter round of the full round. And when we are holding the beads, we have to hold with our thumb and the middle finger, and the bead with tassel. And when we are chanting the Mahamantra, for each Mahamantra we should hold 1 bead and pull it towards us, towards our heart. Basically, we want to invite Lord into our heart, so that we can cleanse our heart and then be of service to the Lord. So, and don't touch the beads with the index finger. That is not recommended as per the acharyas, because with this finger we point the faults of the other people, and that's why we should not. And if we touch by any chance, then we should clean with our forehead, touch in forehead, and that way we can get rid of that unnecessary offenses. And on the tassel bead we will chant the Panchatattva mantra, which will be displayed on the TV. So with that, let's start our Japa. Everyone is inside. Yeah. It's there, but we don't. Yeah, this one. Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. So if you don't have your own Japa bits, you can get it from our gift shop after the program, after like 8 o'clock. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, everyone's here waiting for the right moment for the performance to begin. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping. See some tapes here on the ground. So everyone needs to be behind this tape as much as we can. This camera needs to go face that side and face the camera. So we need more chairs first, or someone can get more chairs from the back. Everyone sitting here needs to go on the chairs. This bench is part of the drama. So we have more chairs. Sunil Prabhu, set Prabhu, get some chairs from inside. Put more chairs here. There are a lot of chairs. Let's move this out from here. Right, as much as we can be behind this line, and this line also, no, this line also open, free, kind of free this area. And some chairs can come here too. Yeah, why not? Some. Yeah. Put the back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, that's, yes. Yeah, as close to the line. You can give it as close to the line. No problem. Don't go behind the line. As close to the lines. And Krish and you, Prabhu, I need you to get the curtains ready. Krish. No, I have got this person here and Krish is here. Oh, there's a tall guy here. He can help you. Krishna Mama, look at this. He can help. Yeah, Prabhu. Just have a talk with this Krishna Mama at the back here, just to make sure you're following everything. Krish, you come here. You come here. Just be part of this place. I want to make sure you are here. Okay, everybody is ready with their mental popcorns. Right? Yeah, hold on right now. And the VIP seat, oh yeah, $100, $108. And all the wonderful kids, you can see right from there. Make sure you face the front. Yeah. We're gonna partly horror movie when Nrsimhadeva comes. So good. Enough space. Let me put this inside, I guess. There's no here. Just hold it with the hands. Oh yeah, space. Yeah. No, open this up, and right here. One of this. This is okay. Oh, okay. Right? Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Having denied entry to the floor.
It's fun here. One is good. Okay. The camera, I'll take the camera from there, and also I need a recording phone is there. You can record? What should I record? You can record. Yeah, camera is there, but just in case, keep the extra recording too. Me? When do you come from? Gobi Bhav is here. The cameraman is here. Oh, Hare Krishna. Nice. Yep. Yeah, today he can be here, no worries. You can watch the drama. So, nice, yes. Anybody? Oh. You are managing that, right? You can give them income. That's a crunch. For the same level, you can stand up. No. Not here. Over there. Yeah.
Long ago, two powerful personalities, Jaya and Vijaya, were cursed to fall from their position as the Supreme Lord's gatekeepers, having denied entry to the four Kumaras into the kingdom. Feeling the loss of association with Lord Hari, the gatekeepers begged for mercy, and through the intervention of the Supreme Lord, they received this verdict. as penance for their offense, take birth in the material world, but after some time, return to Vaikuntha, the spiritual realm. Even in their exile, however, the Lord would still be present in their pastimes. This is the story of their first incarnation. These brothers became the fearsome demons Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The powerful sons had sworn themselves the enemy to the Supreme Lord, wanting to claim the entire cosmos as their own to lord over. Driven by his lust for wealth, especially gold, Hiranyaksha performed various penances to appease Brahma in order to gain unfathomable power.
Tatastu.
My brother, what power I've gained! This cosmic energy coursing through my muscles knows no bounds. With it, I can claim every single vein of gold in the universe. And what better place than planet Earth? Bhumi Devi is ripe with untold amounts of precious metal. Just see, I shall claim the goddess as my own, as easily as a child picking up a small stone.
Ha! Yes! Just think of what we can achieve with all that wealth. Our palaces throughout the universe shall be laden with gold and jewels. We shall have no equal in strength or opulence. Go, my brother, bring us victory.
Having set his eyes on the earth, Hiranyaksha made his move for the goddess.
There you are. Your orbit shall now cease. You and all your vast riches belong to me.
No! Please! Hari! Save me!
Ha! Your Supreme Lord can't save you. The only one that is supreme here is me!
O Master of the Universe, O Keshava, please, myself along with all the Devas cannot conquer this demon and save Bhumi Devi. Only by your mercy can she be saved. True!
Hiranyaksha, having been defeated by the Supreme Lord, Varaha, shockwaves reverberated throughout the universe. All living entities rejoiced, with the exception of one.
Brother, no! Vishnu! Hear my vow! You shall pay for what you have done to my brother. The entire cosmos will bend the knee to my power. No one, not even you, can stop me, for I shall become immortal!
Having performed funeral rites for his brother Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu began consolidating his power and wealth in preparation for universal conquest. In order to defeat Lord Hari, the king of the demons underwent severe penance to appease Lord Brahma. His severe austerities began to radiate intense energy throughout the entire universe, with no planetary system spared from the immense heat. Eventually, his vigorous efforts summoned Lord Brahma to grant his desires.
O king of the demons, no one has ever performed such severe austerities, and by injunction, I am duty bound to grant you benedictions. Please, what is your desire?
Lord Brahma, I thank you for your benedictions and the rejuvenation of my power. Now that you are here, grant me this. Give me eternal life. Make me immortal.
But Hiranyakashipu, not even I am immortal. How can I do something that even I don't have?
Not willing to lose sight of his ultimate goal of conquering Lord Vishnu, Hiranyakashipu contemplated how to circumnavigate Lord Brahma's restrictions. He devised multiple boons that would render death ineffective against his might.
Grant me these boons as the results of my austerity. Let me not meet death from any of the living entities created by you. Grant me that I do not die within any residence or outside any residence, during the daytime or at night, nor on the ground or in the sky. Grant me that my death will not be brought by any being other than those created by you, nor by any weapon, nor by any human being or animal. Grant me that I do not meet death from any entity, living or non-living. Grant me further that I am not killed by any demigod or demon, or by any great snake from the lower planets. Since no one can kill you on the battlefield, you have no competitor. Therefore, grant me the benediction that I too have no rival. Give me sole leadership over all living entities and presiding deities, and give me all the glories obtained by that position. Furthermore, give me all the mystic powers attained by long austerities and the practice of yoga, for these cannot be lost at any time.
Tatastu.
Having been granted near unlimited power, Hiranyakashipu began his universal conquest. As he moved across the cosmos, he ravaged planetary systems and disrupted the balance. Unbeknownst to the king of the demons, in the womb of his wife, a great saint had manifested. When the sage Narada Muni explained the science of Bhakti Yoga to his pregnant mother, Prahlada Maharaj internalized every teaching. By the age of 5, he was already on the platform of pure devotional service. As his father would return to the palace, he would soon discover the depths of Prahlada's bhakti.
Hey! Are you seriously asleep in the royal throne room?
No. Okay, maybe. But I was dreaming about the throne room. So that counts for something, right?
You wish. But I don't blame you. The king has been bopping Indraloka for who knows how long.
You don't think Hiranyakashipu would mind if I just sat for a...
Welcome back, my liege.
Oh, my lord! We've got your seat ready for you, your demonliness.
It's good to be back. Bring me my son. I wish to see the pride of my demoniac dynasty. Ah, my dear son, come. Tell your proud father about your studies. One day you shall rule the cosmos by my side with an iron fist.
Oh, Father, you're thinking that the entire universe is yours to command is an illusion. It's better to give up these material desires. Go to the forest and worship the Supreme Lord.
Did you two fill my beloved son's head with this slop?
Vaishnavas must have infiltrated the Gurukul.
We'll post lookouts at every corner, nurtured by the best demon scholars.
See to it that he is no longer polluted by the followers of my sworn enemy. Listen well to your teacher, Prahlada.
I always follow the instructions of my guru, dear Father.
Despite the heightened security around Prahlada's school, his spiritual education had already fructified. The fruits of the boy's bhakti had begun to spread even to his classmates. By spreading the holy name of the Supreme Lord to everyone freely, it would not take long for Prahlada's actions to catch the eye of the royal palace.
Hiranyakashipu! Hiranyakashipu! It's the prince! He's brought ruin to the Gurukul!
Get in there! You're demon fodder now.
Tell me, Prahlada, the stories I am hearing, what is the best thing you have learned from your studies?
Father, it's the duty of everyone to take shelter of a pure devotee, and this becomes illegible to understand the glories of Sri Hari.
So this so-called Supreme Lord has poisoned your intelligence? So be it. If Vaishnavas can fill your mind with poison, then my demons can fill your belly with toxins far more deadly. Guards, take this wretch to the dungeon. See to it that the wardens end his life in the most excruciating way possible. He no longer shall have my warm fatherly embrace, but the cold embrace of death.
With the verdict of his father, Prahlad Maharaj was imprisoned, and the demons prepared a vile toxin for the boy to swallow. But prior to consuming the poison, the prince offered it with devotion to Narayan, sanctifying it as prasadam and safely downed the vile toxin. Having failed to execute their master's wishes, Hiranyakashipu's horde sharpened their deadliest weapons. They had conquered countless planetary systems with these weapons, but were unable to lay a scratch on the boy's skin. Bewildered but not defeated, they took Prahlada to the highest peaks to let the fall claim his life. However, the Lord's devotee had no fear, for he knew that Hari was the master of everything, even gravity.
You dare challenge my authority? You dare mock the prowess of my demons? Where do you get the nerve to act this way?
Oh, Father, I only act out of the service to the Supreme Lord.
To him? Him? The one who killed your uncle, Hiranyaksha? You lived the life of a prince because of me. You have food to eat because of me. Your life is because of me.
If only that were so, Father, but all opulence belongs to Sri Hari. We are but caretakers of his behalf, and we get happiness by serving our Supreme Father and by his mercy. He is everywhere. He is the source of your power, my devotion, everything.
Everywhere? Now I know you've completely lost your mind. Is this Supreme Lord in the room with us now?
Yes, Father.
Ha! I see you must be blind as well. Where? In the floor?
Yes, Father.
Is he in this pillar?
Praise be to you, O Supreme Personality. My dear Prahlad, the Lord came here for you. Only you can pacify his fury.
Jagadish Hare Hare Krishna. I think this might hurt in the morning. I might have to call off sick at work. But thank you all so much for coming to this wonderful presentation. Another round of applause for everybody who was a part of this. We did this for the pleasure of Shri Tagore Maharaj and Nrsimhadeva. So I'm going to announce the actors, starting from right to left. Demon Guards were played by Max and myself, Marisha. Yes. And then we have the great Hiranyakashipu, played by Oscar. We had Bhumi Devi, played by Sangeeta. We had some more little demons who were trying to kill little Prahlad, by Nishi and Sanaya. We had Lord Brahma, played by Krish. We had Hiranyaksha, played by Bhaja Govinda. We had Prahlad, played by Krishna. And actually, I did myself for a moment. I don't know who this is. Is it Nrsimhadeva? Hey, does anybody, Nalini, who is Nrsimhadeva? There you go. And he was also Varaha, actually. 2-in-1, a 2-in-1 special. So thank you all for watching this drama with your full attention, and we just ask that we humbly offer this as offering to Shri Srini Tagore Nataraj. Nrsimhadeva Bhagavan ki! Prahlad Maharaj ki! Jai! Srila Prabhupada ki! Jai! Bhaja Govinda, round 2, Nrsimhadeva first.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Aine. Prahlada Aine. Namaste Nrsimhaya. Namaste Nrsimhaya. Prahlada Daine. Prahlada Daine. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha. Oh, Shrilatanka Nakalaye. Shrilatanka Nakalaye. Oi to Nrsimha para to Nrsimho. Ito Nrsimha para to Nrsimho. Yato yato yamita to Nrsimha. Yato yato yamita to Nrsimha. Bahir Nrsimho, Jaya Nrsimho. Bahir Nrsimho, Jaya Nrsimho. Nrsimhadeva Sharanam Prapadye. Nrsimhadeva Sharanam Prapadye. Nrsimhadeva Sharanam Prapadye. Nrsimhadeva Sharanam Prapadye. Tavakara Kamala Varena Kama Bhuta Shringam. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Tavakara Kamala Varena Shingam. Dalita Keshavadrita Tavakara Kamala Varena Kama Bhuta Shringam. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Tavakara Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Keshavadrita Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Nrsimhadeva, Jaya Nrsimhadeva, Jaya Nrsimhadeva, Jaya Nrsimhadeva. Jaya Nrsimhadeva, Jaya Nrsimhadeva, Jaya Nrsimhadeva, Jaya Nrsimhadeva. Jaya Prahlada Maharaj, Jaya Prahlada Maharaj, Jaya Prahlada Maharaj, Jaya Prahlada Maharaj, Jaya. Jaya Prahlada Maharaj, Jaya Prahlada Maharaj, Jaya Prahlada Maharaj, Jaya Maharaj, Jaya. Nitai Gaura Nataraj, Nitai Gaura Nataraj, Nitai Gaura Nataraj, Nitai Gaura Nataraj, Nitai. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Shila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Shila Prabhupada. Shri Nrsimhadeva Bhagavan ki, Shri Prahlada Maharaj ki, Nitai Gaura Nataraj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gopamanande, Hari Hari Bo.
Nrsimhadeva Bhagavan ki jai. Hare Krishna. I hope everyone enjoyed today's Nrsimhadeva Appearance Day Festival. Is there anyone coming here for the first time? By a show of hands. Oh, Hare Krishna. Would you mind introducing yourselves and letting us know why you came?
My name is Emily.
My name is Samantha.
And Forrest invited us today. It's our first time here. Yeah. Yeah, we're happy to be here and be involved in this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much. Yeah. Thank you.
Anybody else? First time? Second time? Oh, back. Would you mind introducing yourself? Letting us know why you came?
Hi, my name is Allison, and I am here to support Forrest as well.
Did you enjoy the show, Allison? Very nice. Thank you for coming. Okay, second time, third time, anybody? Sold, done. All right. Okay, announcements. May 6th, Wednesday, is Ramananda Rai Disappearance Day. Ramananda Rai was a Vaishnava in the time of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he's most famous for his conversations, transcendental conversations with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you search up Ramananda Roy, conversation with Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya, you'll find some very relishable pastimes there. And May 9th, already, again, we just had it like yesterday, but Seva Saturday, not actually, but Seva Saturday is coming up. Seva Saturday is when the community gets together for a morning program at the temple, which starts at 6 a.m. We do morning program. We read Srimad Bhagavatam together afterwards, and we have the best part, Prasadam, at the end, and then whatever else is going on that day. Usually people hang out, have a good time, maybe there's some yard work to do, who knows. But it's a great time, highly recommend it. It's a way to charge up your spiritual life, definitely. Book distribution.
So Prasadam serving don't leave anybody. All the, yeah. Let them stay here because it's important to stay here. So I have a book distribution report here from this weekend, last weekend Saturday. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Today we went to Patel Brothers. I guess it's Dr. Max and Jindra Kumar, two of you. Anybody else was there or just two of you? Just two of you. And Shiva received the mercy of full Srimad Bhagavatam set. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. That's him, I guess. Max, right? That's Shiva, I guess. Shiva is an engineer and had intellectual curiosities about quantum physics and time that modern science couldn't answer. He was very impressed to hear about scientific and religious contents of Srimad Bhagavatam and happily took the set. He was also thrilled to know that this temple has experts that will help him understand the philosophy and how to properly study the books. Srila Prabhupada's book distribution ki jai. Thank you, Bhakti Max and Kumar, for distributing Prabhupada's book.
Shiva, the greatest devotee. He already knows everything. You got it.
The other one is there. On the chair. Thank you. All right. Wonderful. Reading sessions throughout the week. If you miss us and you want to come here more than just Sundays, you can be with us virtually or in person. Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. we do Chaitanya Charitamrita reading on Zoom, and Saturday 8 to 9 a.m. we read Srimad Bhagavatam together. It's a great way to get a little boost during your week. We all need it. We're all drained by the weekend, and then Monday is also all over. So this is a way the party never stops. You come Wednesday, you come Saturday and Sunday. This is a wonderful way to get some knowledge, get some progress that we all need. Sponsorship, another way to progress. We have the Sunday Love Feast available for sponsorship. Is today's Love Feast sponsored?
Yes, it is. Yes, they hope. So we have two wonderful devotee families who have sponsored the feast for Nrsimhadeva Parents Day. Hari Bol, Kaustubh. Happy 13th birthday to you! Hari Bol! Jai! Kaustubh, come here. Offer obeisance to Prabhupada quickly. Right, take his blessing quickly. And Annapurna Mataji, thank you for giving us our Prahlad, our temple's Prahlad here. Pay obeisances. Come on. Okay, wow. Yeah, got a little bit ways to go, like the Prahlad Maharaj. But thank you for sponsoring this feast, and you've always been taking care of the temple in many different ways. And Kaustubh, wonderful Nrsimha prayer today. Nice job, good job, thank you. So, can we sing a Hare Krishna mantra? Sorry, happy birthday to you in the Hare Krishna style. Right? Okay.
Hare Krishna to you.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Kaustubh. Hare Krishna to you. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. And go back to Godhead. Vanchakalpa tarubhascha kripa sindhu bhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Happy birthday, Kaustubh. Was it birthday was today, actual day? Today is the actual birthday. Oh my God, your friends Krishna. Nice. There you go. All right. Okay, after that, thank you. After that, you can do arm wrestling. Okay, outside, not here. Yeah, he's like, he loves arm wrestling. Okay, another sponsor we have today is Shamakunda Prabhu. Shamakunda Prabhu, thank you very much for sponsoring the feast on his birthday, which was a few weeks back. But we dragged him to wait. He was out of country and this and that happened. He said, today he will be here on this special auspicious day. So we're also going to chant the same praise for him as well. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Shamakunda Prabhu. Hare Krishna to you. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. And go back to Godhead. Vanchakalpa tarubhascha kripa sindhu bhaya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for being part of the community and helping us so many different ways. And your presence is more important. I know you're pretty busy. He's a scientist, works at NASA. Yeah. So he's going to take us back home, back to the nice space X or something. Yes, 3 words.
He just turned 13. I just turned 30.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes. 3 decades difference, right? Yes, it's wonderful to celebrate your birthdays or any other kind of anniversaries, memories, or whatever it is with this devotee family. So it's wonderful. Thank you for being with us. Hare Krishna. Is there any other sponsors? This is the 2 I remember. Oh, Shruti and Advaita and Saurabh Prabhu. Yes, they also sponsored the feast for today. Hare Krishna to them as well. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Haribo. Wonderful. So apart from the wonderful gift of a Sunday Love Feast, we have the donation options. If you'd like to set that up, please talk to Dwaipan Prabhu or Shranjali Mataji, or call or email or text, etc. We have groceries that the temple sometimes needs. We have a notice board outside. If you want to donate some groceries, if you're unsure of anything, just call beforehand, and that's the best way to go. So we're all over social media. We've got presence on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and this is the most important part.
There you go. You always get rewarded nicely. Where's Seth? Hey, anybody? Seth Prabhu, call him inside. I told nobody should go outside. Seth Prabhu. Okay, so this is wonderful that we can see devotees are taking serious interest in studying Srila Prabhupada's books and becoming endorsed by our governing body commission, from ISKCON governing body commission. Seth Prabhu, is this your name? Is this you? Okay, that's you, Seth Prabhu. Thank you for taking all the time you could to finish this course, and I was behind you so much and you made it happen. Thank you really well for doing this course, Disciples course. And now once we get this course or the certification, we can officially nominate is the right word, or recommend for taking initiation. So this is what is required as a prerequisite. So we have this in our hands, get ready for initiation. That's the next step. So it's going to happen for you and all of you who did the certificate. So yeah, thank you for doing this and encouraging all of us who hasn't done this yet. Please work towards this. Thank you, Max, for helping him. He told me that you helped him a lot, right, Max? I said you helped me? Oh yes, please. Roll his feet.
My procrastination is my devotion, I guess.
Yeah.
He's like, no, this is how you do it. He showed me how to do it.
So now all of you know who to go to? Max. Yeah, Max is the second Shiksha Guru to teach you this course. Okay, can you guys go back to the screen? No, I had to do this because I didn't share this before. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Congratulations, Bhakta Seth. It's a huge deal. So we're all over the social medias. On our website, you can find links to everything. On our YouTube, we're slowly but surely working towards an amazing live stream. So thank you to Gopi Bhav, by the way, for recording and doing all this videography today. That's really nice. So every Sunday should be posted there and entirety on our YouTube. So if you miss anything or you want to relish again, it's always available. WhatsApp. This is the best way to stay in the know about what's on with the temple. Like this Sunday's, Nrsimhadeva festival was announced on the WhatsApp. Ekadashis are announced on the WhatsApp, so you know when to fast from grains and beans. Anything important is there. You won't get spam or anything. Only the admins can post announcements. And it's just a great way to stay current. And if you can't make it to the temple very often, at least you know when the best days are, so you can see wonderful dramas like this. Nice performances. We have Mahaprasadam. These are cookies and pizzas. The cookies I know are offered straight on the altar and put right in the box. This is wonderful, spiritual. And the pizza, of course, is extremely spiritual, and they'll be offered after the program. So Marisha with the mustache be there manning the gift store after the program. So run, don't walk to get your prasadam. It goes out quickly and it's delicious. And on top of Mahaprasad, the gift has all your spiritual needs, all the paraphernalia that you could ever ask for. It's covered at a low, very reasonable price. Everything is nice and cheap, nice and quality, amazing. So don't forget that. Now Srila Prabhupada quote of the day by Krish.
Alright, letter to Upanuga, May 3rd, 1972. May 3rd. Krishna can change anything. Therefore, we worship him as the greatest scientist. If a man knows swimming, he can stay up. So if a man has this much power, what to speak of God? So we see that Rama Chandra as the art how to make stones float. It is a question of knowing the art. Art means the display of intellectual energy. Everywhere we can see intelligence in everything. So the Lord knows the art of everything. So He can change anything. We cannot. Srila Prabhupada ki Jaya.
Fiji, April 30th, 1976. We're giving you prasadam. By eating, and eating, you one day will become Krishna conscious. Simply by eating. Because you're so dull, you cannot understand the philosophy. You know the belly like the animals. So therefore, we're giving facility. All right, fill up your belly, and you'll be infected. As you take foodstuff from an infected area, you become infected with some disease. So this is Krishna-infected prasadam. You take it, and one day you'll be diseased with Krishna consciousness. Now you know why Fiji has great prasadam. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai. Thank you so much. One quick announcement before we move on. Everybody who's in character, please don't take your costumes off because we'll do pictures and stuff afterwards. Do you know it now? Oh, yeah. You want to sing?
Mahaprasada Govinde Nama Brahmi Vaishnave Svapa Punyavatam Rajan Vishvaso Navijayate Shadida Vidyajal Chatendriya Tehikal Jive Pele Vishaya Sagore Kamaje Jivati Obamoy Sudurmati Take Chetakyatina Sangsare Krishna Bhadadaya Moy Kari Bhade Jiva Joy Swaprasadana Dilovai Sayanamrita Bhau Radha Krishna Guna Gau Preme Dako Chaitanya Jani Mai Jani Tai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna.
Nitai Gaur Nataraj Mahaprasadam ki jai.
Nitai Gaur Nataraj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, wonderful. Thank you all again so much for coming. Before we end off the program, the curtains will be open for only a few minutes more. So before you leave, prasadam will be served, food will be served outside on the concrete there. Before you leave, you can come take pictures of their lordships and post them all on social media. Tag us as well and we will repost you because the curtains will be closing soon. Sunday Love Feast ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
I don't know where my shirt is.
You don't need the badge.
Money.